Alright, welcome to Travel Dairy. I'm Shajil Shahid and tonight we're heading into the high valleys of northern Pakistan to talk about simple, low-tech ways to find your bearings after dusk. Whether you're stepping out from a guest house to make a quick route decision or choosing a safe direction to camp when the GPS dies, these are the basics I use again and again.
Hi, I'm Abdallah, nature lover, and the one who'll point out when a silhouette looks like a mountain, not a monster. I'll chip in with the on-the-ground tips.
Hook. Picture this. You arrive at dusk in a narrow valley. The sun slides behind a jagged skyline, village lights are flicking on, and you need to pick a direction to reach shelter before it gets cold. You have a map, a phone with low battery, and a headlamp. What do you do first? In the next 5 minutes, I'll teach you how to find north with stars, how to read ridge lines and village lights, and a short checklist you can practice tonight. Section 1, Celestial Basics. If the sky is clear, the quickest low-tech way to find north here is Polaris, the North Star. From our latitudes in northern Pakistan, Polaris sits relatively high above the northern horizon. Look for the plow, sometimes called the Big Dipper, and follow the line between its two outer stars. That line points to Polaris. If the plow is low, look for Cassiopeia, the W-shaped star group on the opposite side of Polaris. These three markers, plow, Polaris, Cassiopeia, are your bread and butter. Another useful winter marker is Orion. His belt points roughly east-west, so if you can find Orion, you can orient from there too.
A quick tip, if you learn where Polaris sits over a few nights at home, you'll recognize it faster in a strange valley. Familiarity beats fancy tools when the pressure is on.
When the sky is partly cloudy, or stars are hidden, the landscape gives you bearings. Ridge profiles are surprisingly reliable. Ridge lines tend to follow a general direction of the valley. At a distance, the skyline often shows a chain of peaks. The longest continuous ridge usually runs along the valley axis. Village lights are another clue. In these regions, settlements cluster in valley bottoms and on lower slopes. A string of lights usually marks the valley flow and often follows a river or main road. Use those lights to judge where the valley runs and then decide whether you want to follow or cross the valley. Keep your headlamp dim or use a red filter to preserve night vision and avoid drawing attention. Section 2, a simple step-by-step routine I use before moving at night. Step 1, stop, breathe and look. Don't move until you have a plan. Step 2, check the sky. Find Polaris or a familiar constellation if you can. Step 3, scan the horizon for ridgelines and village lights and match those to your map. Step 4, set an obvious decision point, a bend in the trail, a fence, a junction of ridges, and mark it mentally or with one quick note on your map. Step 5, if you have a compass, take a quick bearing and verify it against the star finding. If you have a phone, open an offline map or compass app and compare, but don't rely on electronics alone. And very important, if your bearings don't agree, stop and wait until you can verify. Moving in uncertainty is where mistakes happen.
I'll add this. Set a time limit for how far you'll go once it's dark. Fatigue and cold make every decision harder. If you're unsure after your checks, find a sheltered spot and wait for morning light. It's often the safest choice.
Section 3, Kit and Backups. Keep this light and practical. A small compass, a map or printed route template in a waterproof sleeve, a red filter torch, a whistle, and a lightweight bivy or emergency blanket. If you use a phone as a backup, download offline maps and the simple compass app before you leave. Battery packs help, but treat the phone as a last resort tool. For quiet local movement at night, respect villages, avoid bright lights, keep noise low, and ask permissions if you need to pass private land. These simple courtesies keep everyone safer. A quick personal note, one night on a secondary road near Hansa, I had to choose whether to follow a faint track that hugged the left ridge or drop to valley lights below. The sky was partly cloudy, but I found Polaris and matched it with a low ridge profile on my map. I set a decision point, a bend where the track crossed a dry stream. I moved slowly, kept the torch dim, and when a bank of clouds moved over the stars, I stopped at that preset decision point. The track met the valley as on the map, and we were able to reach the guest house without guessing. That one routine, stars, ridge check, one clear decision point, saved the evening. Recap and CTA. So quick recap. If the sky is clear, find Polaris via the Plough or Cassiopeia. If it's cloudy, read ridge lines and village lights and match them to your map. Follow the 5-step routine. Stop, check stars, scan the land, set a decision point, and verify with compass or phone. Know your limits if uncertain, wait. Visit the Travel Dairy site to download printable star finders, route templates, and a compact nighttime checklist that fits in your map sleep. If you found this useful, subscribe to Travel Dairy for more practical tips from the Northern Valleys. Okay, that's it for tonight. Travel safe and respect the mountains.
Thanks for listening. And remember, the simplest routine done calmly is often the most reliable.